So because of the Pier pack, for instance, we can put our local cuisine on display, on show. So people who are coming in, they can actually taste local cuisine, experience the exquisite Virgin Island, sometimes fish and fungi, and other kind of local dishes. And we're different. If you go to some of the other cruise facilities in the region, you'll see that we're different, and they will tell you when asked in our various studies that we offer things that some of the other facilities do not offer. So good opportunities for locals to come have a unit. Rent a unit from the Tortola Pier Pack Limited, which manages the facility, where I'm the CEO. And once you rent a facility, we operate on a rules-based basis to make your facility, hire all the locals. So you not only put your local cuisine on display for the food and beverage person, you also can make some money for yourself as well and hire all the locals. In addition to that, we have some other units there which do clothing. So local designs, we have several clothing stores owned by local entrepreneurs as well. Food and beverage is the biggest one. The clothing is another. And for the international people, as well as the local, I think we have one local entity, we have jewelry as well, which is a huge component in the facility. And we are looking for any other opportunity that we have to put local things on display and make sure we continue to enrich the mix of tenants and tenant offerings that we put in show for on display for the locals. And I'll tell you this, frankly speaking, I think government and the BVIPorts Authority were very wise to invest in the facility as it is, because we're the best game in town at the moment. I'm not sure anyone could have foreseen that, but you just come on the weekend and you'll see how many people actually are coming there. How many people can come and keep an event there? We have events for children. We have events so people want to get healthy. You can go on the lawn. You can do exercises. We have events done by government entities, and we have events done by non-profit organizations as well.
I was going to ask you, how do we help showcase the Virgin Islands culture by the facility? And you just give me some of that. One of the things I like when I visit the Pier Pack, when the cruisers come off, they're greeted with, you have this little coconut spot, and everybody loves a good glass of coconut water.
That's right.
So you have it right there at the entrance when they come off.
Yes.
And you also have another local establishment that showcases, I think it's the mint candy and the toffee and some of those things there for them to entice them to want to see more.
Yes.
So that is really good, and I'm happy to hear about the blend and that we are different.
Yeah, we also have a newly minted, very small facility, small but growing, where they're making jewelry now, owned by a local at the moment, and we're hoping that grows into something bigger, but they will actually sell you locally made jewelry. Right?
Nice.
So that is something that is new, unique, and we're happy to see that. We would like to see more of that sort of stuff, because as far as we're concerned, locals should be the main beneficiaries of the facility that was built by the BVIPorts Authority and the government.
And that's why persons want to visit, because they want to experience and see what we have that they can take back with them from the BVI.
Absolutely. This physically enables them to take a piece of the BVI back. Physically.
Nice.
But they can also take a piece of the BVI back culturally as well, because, for instance, on inaugural calls, what we do is we make sure we put local culture on display with the local mocha jumbies,
and the dancers,
local dancers as well, and we encourage the tourists to join in and have some fun as well with respect to that.
Yeah.
So, that's part of the question. Unfortunately, because some of the participants who do these in school, we can't do it every day for every ship, but we make sure that any new ship that comes, they're greeted, in that fashion.
Nice. One of the things I want us to sort of lay out clearly for the listeners is the connection of the Tortola Pier Park to BVIPorts Authority.
Yes.
Because as you know, when we do any engagements internationally,
Yes.
they say BVIPorts Authority.
Yes.
Sometimes it's in partnership with the Tortola Pier Park and our tourism board.
Yes.
So how does the Tortola Pier Park fit into the broader mission of the BVIPorts Authority?
So Tortola Pier Park Limited is a management company which was set up to manage the facility. Just before we get into the relationship, I will say a part of the formation involves setting up what we call an SPV, a special purpose vehicle, which encouraged locals to invest in the facility. Those locals up to today have been receiving dividends every year according to the investment they made, and they because it was termed there was 3 tranches of 7, 10, and 15-year investments. You know, when those terms are due, they get their money back. BVIPorts Authority actually has overridden that. BVIPorts Authority is the owner of TPPL.
Okay.
So you can say basically that's our mother or father or parents. We make sure that we follow any guidelines set by that. The berthing agreements have been signed by the Port Authority, and we have certain guidelines to follow to ensure that we remain within and consistent with the berthing agreements, so that we can have more cruise ships come back and stuff like that. But also the Port Authority has oversees a board which runs the Tortola Pier Park. As CEO, I report to a board, and members of this board, most members of the board are appointed by the BVIPorts Authority.
Okay.
So even if we market the Cyril Romney Tortola Pier Park, we're really marketing what I think is the largest asset of the BVIPorts Authority. So we're marketing the ports.
And very important, because for BVIPorts, of course, everyone knows that we are actually the movers of ferry, cruise, and also cargo. And this is a very big portfolio.
And cruise is a huge portfolio, I believe, for BVIPorts. And cruise is just a sub-segment of the main tourism product. But as you can see, I believe it is the fastest growing. I have actually done the metrics to confirm that, but it seems to be the fastest growing sub-segment of that, and we got to make sure we protect it just to continue to be as successful as we have been over the past 10 years.
I quite agree on that. So why is it important for us to see the park as part of a larger port and economic ecosystem versus a standalone development?
Well, we're certainly not standalone. BVIPorts Authority supports us. They created us, and they continue to support us. And our job is to make sure we strengthen the brand, which was created through the BVIPorts Authority, which we try to do. And not only just strengthen the brand, but strengthen all the facets associated with good cruise ratings, ensuring that the money keeps coming in from the cruise industry, which benefits not only the Ports Authority, but benefits the territory as well. As I indicated before, job creation, well over 300 jobs. I think to my knowledge is about 350s. Sometimes it even goes higher on very, very busy periods.
And you're talking about jobs at the port facility, at the Tortola Pier Park facility, but we also have to remind the listeners and viewers that it also goes beyond that.
That's right.
Because you have your tour guides.
That's right.
You have your external business, the taxis, and everybody. So it's built outside of the pier park.
Everyone in the transport sector. The local tour agents.
Yes.
They're local tour agents. The tour agents are local. But we also have independent taxis. So if a passenger didn't book a tour aboard a ship, they can actually come here and decide, I want to go to King Garden Bay, just look at the beach, have lunch and come back. Or I want to go to Brewers Bay, or I want an island tour. I want to go to Long Bay and Beef Island, see the eastern side of the island. Or I want an island tour. And I want to have lunch as well and do some other things as well. So it's showcase. So through the lens of the BVIPorts Authority, PayPack actually can do that. And that allows us to do that without taking the port off the main mission, which you mentioned before.
You've dreamt it. You've worked hard for it. And now you've got it. You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor and know that you're covered in case of a disaster, like an unexpected fire or a vehicular collision. At Magic Insurances, we focus on settling your claims quickly and fairly so you can get back to enjoying your life. Magic Insurances, fast, fair, and always there.
So I want to talk a little bit now about resilience of the Tortola PayPack and some lessons that we would have learned through that. I remember having a conversation with you most recently, and we were talking about that time that we don't like to go back to, but it is significant because we demonstrated the resilience of not only the territory but the PayPack, and also we had some lessons learned.
That's right.
So we've gone through those major challenges over the years. What, in your opinion, has this taught us about resilience?
So we are very resilient people in the territory. The Virgin Islands are absolutely resilient, and this has been proved over and over again. Take 2017. Which territory and its residents could have survived 2 Category 5 hurricanes hitting you 2 weeks apart, and even prior to that, major flooding, and then we rode back 1 year later? So in September 2017, that was the story. 2 major Category 5 hurricanes devastated us. A lot of roofs were off.
No cruise lines.
A lot of livelihoods are gone. And with the aid of the Ports Authority and with the aid of one of our partners, international partners called the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association,
CCA.
we got the cruise executives to help a multifaceted team to guide us back to where we could safely get the passengers back again. And we were able, people said it couldn't be done in a year. We did it in a year. The initial estimate was 2 years. But due to the resilience of the people, a lot of people chipped in. And we had the first visitors after the September 2017 in October 2018.